Hexagons here. Who was here last year for this Hexagon session? All right. Well, I'm Bill Eyler, and this is Clark Baker. This is the Hexagon dancing session. It's not squares because there's 6 couples. We both have very different methods of approaching how we play with this hexagon stuff. I've been doing it for about 17, 18 years now, doing hexagon dancing for just, you know, fun things you can do at, if you've only got 6 couples in a dance at some time, or just for something a little different, because it feels very different to the dancers. Now, Clark Baker over here came across it from a completely different way. He comes across it in that no matter what festival or dance is, he can have 6 couples in the back of the hall dancing whatever everybody else is dancing. So we're going to break this up. We're first going to show you my way of doing this, which is one way. And do we have a wrangler who can hand out some stuff here? This is the Bill Eyler version of the hexagon dancing. And Clark will have some information on his here in a minute. So, to get started, we need 6 couples, at least, right up here. Don't worry, it won't hurt too bad. Yes, it'll be mainstream and plus, you know, whatever. Once we get everybody up. Can we get 6 couples? Also, for if you guys missed it, and for people that purchase the tapes outside of that, there will be a link to my information on hexagon dancing on www.billeyler.com, and Clark will give his information later in the program. Do we have 6 couples here? Okay, first thing you need to know is this is not a rectangle. This is a 6-sided figure. So I need 1 couple to line up with their back to me like you would be normally couple number 1. Now, who's couple number 2 over to the right there? Raise your hand. 3, are you odd? 4, you're even. 5 is odd. 6 is even. So, here's the way it works. Instead of being a rectangle, which is what a lot of people call hexagons, it's really a 6-sided figure. So you remember who 1s, 3s, and 5s were? I want you to be called the heads just for the sake of playing with this stuff. You don't really feel like it, but you're really going to be called the heads. All the heads walk into the middle in 4 and walk right back. All the sides move into the middle and back in time. Now there's 3 things as callers that you need to know about this easy thing that you introduced. There's the big circle you got here right now. This will feel very normal to people. Oh yeah, throw that out. It's getting warm in here already. This will feel very normal to people and get them very comfortable with how to dance this. So all join your hands and circle to the left. You'll circle to the left and then all 12 to the middle with a holler and a hoop. It's a little louder than normal. To the corner, Alaman left. You box and at. 6 ladies promenade inside. So see how this feels very normal and just regular old stuff. Takes a couple beats longer. Do sado with a partner there. Put them on the right and promenade home. Good job. All right, now, so if you want to do something simple like to have the ladies chain, and this is in the big circle concept here again, the half of 6 is 3. So if you chain across, 6 ladies, chain 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. Chain on back with a yak, yak, yak. Yak, 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 because it keeps going on and on and on. Yeah. Are you home? So that's the big circle. This is how you get them comfortable with it. So all 6 ladies chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. To the corner, left Alamand. To an Alamandar. You go forward, right, and left, gents wheel in, make a backup star, and back it on down the line. Now shoot the star to the partner, and a right and left grand. It would be 6 hands, of course. You usually don't have to tell them that, but you can. When you meet your partner, square it on up, and you should be close. All right, so that's part 1. You got the big circle concept. Now let's play with the 3 couples working in the middle. Let's have all the head couples kind of step into the middle there. Now, this is where it starts feeling a little different. We can't do any normal call here in the middle that you can see because you're not really facing anyone directly. To do that, I want you to turn your back slightly away from your partner to look into the baby blue eyes of the person right there. Now star through with them, and that kind of normalizes it. Now, same group, California, twirl beside yourself to the corner, left Alaman. Come back and hex your set. And you're there. You're all hexed up. Sides, walk into the middle. We're going to do the same little exercise, so this just gets them feeling comfortable. Now, you can't do it straight ahead, but you can turn slightly away from your partner, but be sure you're looking directly at someone. Go. Star through with them. Great. Zoom. Zoom again. New centers. Star through. Same group. Now we're going to do a right and a left through in the middle of the ring. So you have to turn slightly away, and you're not going to end up with the partner you're with right now, but you'll end up with somebody else to play with. Do the right and left through. Do a right pull by, courtesy turn. Same group, star through. Same group, slide through, back away, and you should be home. So easy as butter. Great. All the heads move in. All the heads do the right and left through, and you turn in the middle of the ring. Great. Now, notice at this juncture of your dancing, you're either with your backs to a big vacant space behind you, or your backs will be near somebody there. Star through in the middle. So turn slightly. Now notice there's people right behind you. You have to kind of line up with the other couple. Now just as centers, California twirl. Same group, star through. Do the right and left through. Now this is the part 3. This is where we're working our normal 2 couples stuff. This is where you can do your little chicken plucker stuff, where you're just working in your foursome to resolve and get them where you want. Pass the ocean there. Swing through. Boys run around the girls right there. Do a wheel and deal. Face them. All the centers beside yourselves, California twirl. Same group, do the right and left through. So turn slightly away, pull by. Same group, star through, back away, and you're mostly home. So easy to resolve for the sight caller, I hope. All 6 ladies chain. Count 3. All 6 ladies chain back with as many yaks as it takes. Great. All the heads move in, and all the heads star through. Great. All the heads, same 4 California twirl. Swing through. Spin the top. So you're working in your little groups of 4 now. Recycle there. Slide through. Reverse the flutter wheel, boys. Go. Pass through. Now, just the outsides do a partner trade. The centers, I'm going to have you do a pass through. This is where it gets a little weird. Where am I going to pass through to? Well, it's the same concept as if you're going to star through with them. So look them in the eye and pass through. And be sure you go far enough to go play with the outside too. Your partner, great. Do the right and left through. Dive through. All the centers do the right and left through. All the centers star through, back away, and you're home again. So it's very easy. So you've got the 3 things that you're working with. You're working with your big circle, which is the very relaxer, very comfortable calls. You're working with your triangle group in the middle, and then you're working with the outside 2 couples there. So, can you all dance plus? Maybe. All the heads move in, and all the heads star through. Now, this is one of the fun calls because you say, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Pass-through is not the easiest call, nor is double pass-through, because you have to know which way you're going. So I want you to all take whichever appropriate outside hand you have and point in the direction you're going to go for the double pass-through. And be sure you go all the way through. Go. Double pass-through. That's everybody. All the way. There you go. California twirl. It gets easier about the 4th time. Do a double pass-through. Point and go. That sometimes helps. Great. Did you go far enough? Oh, we got too many people over there. Great. Everybody California twirl. Are they in the right spot? All the centers star through, back away. The others move in and star through. Same group slide through, back out, and hopefully you're home again. Great. It's not magic. It's just regular old stuff. Great. All the heads lead to the right. Circle to a line. Triangle up to the middle and back. Now, we still have a line of 4 here, so one of the things you have to know is that when you're, instead of doing a bend the line, which you can do for here, everybody bend the line, now pass through. Now, this you have to erase the bend the line thought. You have to just move on to the next couple, so move on. Do the right and left through. Flutter wheel. Sweep 1/4. Pass to the center. All the centers do a partner trade. Everybody star through and reverse flutter wheel. So far so good. Star through and a right and left through. pass to the center. Now we're going to do a double pass-through again. We've almost got that whole double pass-through concept done, do we not? Great. Are you lined up where you need to be? Everybody double pass-through. Now we're going to do a track 2 here in a minute. I'm going to teach you the cheater's way to do it. This is not the book way, of course. All the leaders trade, pass through. Now we're going to do a trade by, which way you pass it, and step to a wave with the outside. So you've done a track 2. Great. Swing through. Wait, we'll do it at speed in a minute. Boys run around the girls. Wheel and deal. Pass to the center. Point if you need to. Everybody do a double pass through. Track 2. Leaders trade. Pass through. 8, 5. Which way do we go? I think your wave's right over there. Say hallelujah! Recycle. Star through. Slide through and reverse flutter wheel. Let me see if I can get out of this nonsense, because this is my purpose is to be able to resolve like you can in a normal square. Great. Pass to the center. In the middle, do the right and left through. Same group, star through, back away, and all circles just a hair, and you'll be home. Are you there? How'd they do in the track 2? Good job. All right. Yeah, you can do that too. Clark will show you the way that you can do it any way you want to. Great. All the heads move in and pass through. Great. Now, if you pass through far enough, you're stepping, looking out that great void out there. Great. Cloverleaf. Everybody do a double pass through. Put centers in. Cast off 3. Lines up to the middle and back. It's like a 3 by 3. Now, bend your own line that you're in. That wouldn't be it. Yes, great. Pass through, move on to the next, star through. Great. All the leaders trade, pass the ocean there, ladies trade, recycle, pass through, move on to the next, touch 1/4, follow your neighbor, and spread. Just very normal stuff there. Explode your wave. Great. Everybody do a partner trade. Great. Pass through. Trade by. So be sure the centers have to pass through and know where you're going. Great. Pass to the center. Do a double pass through. Ready? Track 2. We're almost there. Good. Swing through. I know, I was sweating bullets too. Boys running around the girls. Because I paid them all to dance, you know. Girls hinge. You got a diamond. Diamond circulate. Flip the diamond. Ladies trade. Recycle. Let me try to get out of that. Star through. Reverse the flutter wheel. Go, boys. Slide through. Now pass to the center. In the middle, do the right and left through. Same group. Star through. Back away and all join hands and get on home. You're there. Great. Now, we've done that. So you guys see the concept? You got the big circle. You got the 3 in the middle, which is when you have to explain where they have to face. And then you've got the normal 2 couples spacing on the outside. So just for a relaxer thing that you can do with them, you can do the singing calls with them. The only thing, as you know, in regular rectangle calls, the thing you have to remember is you can only do 1 break, but you have to do 6 figures. So this will be how it goes. If I can find the one I was looking for. Clark, you going to be ready for your magic here in a second? Help! I'm not going to do fisherman's luck, don't worry. There we go. Ready to smile upon your partner in your corner. Ready? Heads move up to the middle and back. Now we're going to do a call we hadn't done before because you know how to do that, right? All the heads move in. Now all the heads square through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be sure you go all the way through to the outside too. Do the right and left through. Arch in the middle and dive through. All the centers, California twirl, swing your corner promenade. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. All the heads tiptoe into the middle when you get on home. Head couples star through. California twirl. Swing through. Spin the top. Move up and then here comes the right, the left through. Square through 3. Now at this point I'm going to tell you to find a corner now. Face your corner. Swing them. Promenade. Sitting on the dog of, it's a normal thing. Face in time. All the sides. Move in and square through 6. Through the sides. Be sure you go all the way around to the outside too. And a right or left through. Veer to the left. Wheel and deal. Face them there. Slide through and roll to face them. Swing same one and promenade. So you can use just the same old singing calls you've always used all your career. Just have to check the timing. 6 ladies, chain, count 3. 6 ladies, chain back home. Left Alamat, and then go right on left grand. Sitting on the dock of the bay. Meet your partner halfway, and then you'll promenade. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Ready, side? Side, square through 6. Who's the side? Touch 1/4. Scoot back. Scoot back again. Girls fold. Boys turn around 3 times. Swing your corner. And say, I thought you did everything the caller said. Side couples move in and then star through. California twirl. Swing through. Boys run around the girls. Bend the line. And a right or left through and you turn and then flutter wheel. Slide through, swing beautiful, and promenade there. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Oh, one more time. All the heads move in and square through 6. Don't they look like the June Taylor dancers? Swing through. Boys trade, boys run. Boys fold and swing your corner. You promenade, go around the ring there. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Oh yeah, put the ladies center back to back. Box the mat with the partner, and you bow to the partner way down low. So that's an introduction to hexagons. I had flyers there, and you'll be able to find it on www.billeyler.com. Next up to the microphone will be Mr. Clark Baker. Thank you, Square. You're very good.
Test 1.
The question was, how many couples do I have to track to resolve it? I actually have to watch me. I'm not as good as some people. I have to actually watch 3 couples. I usually watch 1, 2, and 3 instead of going the other way around, which I normally watch 1 and 4. Luckily, some of these folks were color-coded, so that helped a lot.
We have another question. How do you do the timing, especially with the singing calls?
All right, the timing on there, if you'll notice, I didn't do a single do-si-do in the singing calls, so you drop about 4 beats that way normally. So did any of the dancers feel particularly rushed on the singing call at all? Yeah, because most of the time the dancer will do-si-do to an ocean wave, swing through, spin the top. I just normally just drop out the ocean wave from the the do-si-do from the singing call to give it a better timing feel. The promenade does take longer, yes. Yeah, promenade does take longer. Any other questions on the generic version of hexagon dancing? In the form of dancing that I'm doing, which is recreational dancing, the question he asked is, are there any plus calls in particular that you can't use in this? There are a number of calls I would not want to attempt to do. Like it would take too long, more time than I would want to spend to explain how to do a spin chain and exchange the gears, for instance, or relay the deucey. But you can do some simple ones like track 2 that brings you back to a normal wave very easily, and chase right, that kind of call. Whereas in Clark's version, which is very different, you can do any call.
So before I start on my talk, I want to take a step back and give you a overview of this discussion and how you should think about it. There's an idea, dancing in a hexagon, and there's some history of that up on my website from the talk last year. I have business cards with the website address, so I didn't bring handouts, but you can go to the website and print it out yourself. Here's a business card, and I will have a link to Bill Eyler's talk also. So there's an idea, we can dance in a hexagon, and you saw how some calls worked. Bill has taken this idea and shown how it can be used with a mainstream group in a 10 or 15-minute slot at a convention, with a large group, with one square at home, keeping it relatively simple, but still making it interesting for people. I'm going to take it in the exact opposite direction and take what could be a simple idea and make it way too complicated for a lot of people, but still have some fun with it. One of the keys that you don't get by watching it, you probably noticed it looks like a kaleidoscope. And kinesthetically, it feels very different than the square dancing you're used to. Whether you're doing mainstream or plus, it takes you out of your normal dance experience. If you don't have a lot of experience dancing, you're a new dancer, or you're not very confident in your dancing, that's not a good thing. But if you've been dancing for years and years and are comfortable with your dancing, then finding something new where everything you're used to doing works, yet it feels different, and there's all these O's and surprises throughout, and yet there's enough that's comfortable to keep you dancing, that's a pretty cool thing. And that's the part I want to show you in my presentation. Last year I handpicked a hexagon that had practiced a lot. This year I'm going to be a little braver. So I'd like to get a hexagon. If you've done it before and it was not for you, or you were tricked all the time, please don't get up. If you've done it before and want to get up, or if you're new and are comfortable with your plus dancing, if you're a good plus dancer, feel free to get up. I'm happy to have 2 hexagons if there's enough interest, or we can just have 1. I am going to teach everything, quote, my way from the beginning, but it will go along reasonably quickly. Again, taking a step backwards in the discussion, the meta discussion, what you're seeing here today could look like a magic show. It's not supposed to be a magic show. We're showing you what we would do with our dancers by doing it to some dancers. So you have to kind of watch what we're doing and figure out the what and why we're doing. We're not trying to be intentionally tricky or complicated, but you can get out of it what you can. So here we have a hexagon, and I'm sorry to say that not everything I do will exactly match everything Bill did. So for the moment, clear your minds of everything Bill did. Okay. Yeah. Here we have a hexagon, and we have the couple with their back to me. I call heads. Next around the square is sides. Heads, sides, heads, sides. Notice that all the heads raise your hand. Notice that the head couple here is facing a side couple across the square. That's unusual. Don't worry about it. Heads go forward and back. Heads go forward and stop. At this point, you have a couple. When the heads go into the middle, you always have a partner. That's the person beside you, and you have a person you're facing. That's going to be slightly around the corner. Do you see that person? You notice Bill made a bigger deal of that. I usually don't make a big deal. With that person, star through. You have a partner beside you, and you have someone you're facing. With that person you're facing, star through. We can do other calls. Do a right and left through. Pull by with the one you're facing, cursor turn the one beside you. Notice that normally when we do a right and left through, it's not me, but we will do this. This volume down. I understand, but it comes in on this. So if I make that go away, it's gone. Okay, see if it happens again. I'm going to do one other thing. Music is down, so we unplug him too. Okay. When you do a right and left through, you normally keep your partner. In this case, you lost your partner. Too bad. You're still having fun, I hope. And I wasn't watching, oh, I know what to do. Head, star through. And star through and back away, and you're home. Sides, are you comfortable? Sides, go forward and back. Sides, right and left through. Sides, flutter wheel. Send the girl in, pick up the next guy, bring him to a position you've never been to before. Good. So that makes flutter wheel a little different than what we're used to. Side, star through. Pass through. Step to a wave. Okay, here we're in waves. We can do all the 4 dancer calls in this wave that we're used to. I want to talk about some 8 dancer calls. In hexagons, it's the 8 dancer calls that are very interesting. That's the fun stuff. Either 4 dancer calls in the middle or 8 dancer calls with respect to the whole set is what makes it exciting. I forgot to state the major goal of what I'm trying to do. Here's what I'm doing. You're the caller, you're up on stage, you're calling to your 10 squares of dancers. They're doing normal squares. I have my hexagon in the back, and we're dancing everything you're calling at the same speed you're calling it, and when you resolve your front squares, our hexagon, every head man will get a head girl, and we will promenade the same amount of time and stop at a head position. So that's the guarantee I make you. All choreography that's symmetric. While you're calling to your normal squares, a hexagon can be dancing it at the same speed and will resolve. Every head man gets a head girl and stops at a head position. That's a pretty powerful guarantee, but it works that well. Some of the things are very difficult and take some experience. I want to talk about circulate. Boys, you have a circulate path around the outside. Do you see it? Boys, circulate. Girls, you have one around the middle. Girls, circulate. All 8 circulate. Happy? Swing through. Now you have the other part. Girls are on the outside, boys in the middle. All 8 circulate. Now, the question was, shouldn't that be all 12 circulate? I use the terminology as if I were calling to a normal square. When Bill's calling, he adjusted his terminology to make it fit the 12 dancers because everyone had 12 dancers. Boys run. Couples circulate. If you're looking out, it's nice and normal. If you're looking in, you have a little weird path to follow. We should be careful here. The boys are one behind the other, not holding left hands. So that's a caution point. Happy with that? Couples circulate. One of our harder calls is wheel and deal. If you're looking, one of our harder calls is Ferris wheel. If you're looking out on a Ferris wheel, you're just doing the wheel and deal. You're the key people to help the others position. If you're looking in, you're going to walk forward and kind of do that wheeling and dealing action, and I'm going to say that you underachieve. You go a little less than usual. And you make sure that your butts in the middle match up with some people on the outside. Let's try it. Bill has a comment. And you would say the people looking in go short. Bill says that he addresses that same underachieve issue by asking the people who are in the middle or going around the center to go short. Ferris wheel. Let's see if we end up in a pretty good looking double pass through. Fortunately, Bill's worked this double pass through. And if viewed from the top, this square looks like a giant Y. California twirl. And you notice only 4 people, these guys here, are lined up on a wall, and the rest of you, you're trying to line up on a wall, but you really got to be over a little more. That's what good. Double pass through. I normally wouldn't teach track 2 at this point, but since Bill covered it, I think of track 2 is the 2 of you are in tandem, and you stay in tandem one behind the other, and you tandem trade with each other and start walking down like a double pass through, and every boy stops when there's a girl by the right. Track 2. Start that trade, start walking down, and every boy stops when there's a girl by the right. Okay. At this point, we won't be lined up well, and the people who have to see what they've got are the girls. So I ask girls trade that makes sure they find each other. Swing through. Boy run. Ferris wheel. You're going short. Good. Double pass through. Track 2. Start the trade. Stay one behind the other. Make sure every boy gets a girl. Girls see who you are. Girls trade. Okay. Let's talk about some of our other calls. Everyone's favorite would be one of the spin chain exchange of gears. One thing hexagon dancing does is it makes certain calls that you'd think would be impossible or really hard, not really that hard. So spin chain exchange the gears is one of the easier ones of those 8 dancer calls. Relay the deucey is very difficult. So I'll stay away from that one for a minute. We'll hit it eventually. If we want to do spin chain exchange the gears, let's think about the rules. Everyone start doing this as I say it. Turn half by the right. Boys go 3/4, girls turn around. Center boys, you will find 3 of you in the middle. Move up 1 boy, position in the middle. At this point, look on your left hand. You should have 3 stars of 4 dancers. Turn those stars 3 spots. Go. 1, 2, 3. Now there's that center girl who normally high fives each other. You're going to lead your star out to the next third of the square. You don't have to be very precise about it and do the usual dance action you do. Okay? So do the exchange. Start following that girl. Follow. Careful. Watch her. Steer her. You're going here. Go around. Flip in, flip in, flip in. We got waves, girls in the middle. You want that same part again. Let's try it again. Ready? Spin chain exchange gears. Turn half. Boy 3/4, girl turn around. Center boys. Trade across the middle. That's 1 spot. Make the stars go 3. 1, 2, 3. And exchange around the next clump of people. Don't walk into them. Go around them. Good. And loop around to your right. And good. Girls trade. This will give different girls the leader part. Spin chain exchange gears. Turn her half. 3/4. Do something. Did it work? I'm not watching. Is it kind of working? This may not be for you, but we'll keep going. Girls are in the middle. We have nice right hand waves. Swing through. Swing through. Let's try once more. Spin chain exchange gears. Turn half. Boy 3/4. Girl turn around. Center boys. Center boys. Find out who you are. Trade to the next boy. Not too far. Left hand star. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to exchange around the next clump. You're good. And then loop in, loop in, loop in. Good. Spin the top. Each of the formations will feel different for the dancers. This is what you would call a tidal wave. This is a tidal wave. Grand swing through, half by the right, and then a third in the middle or move up to the next position is the way to think about it. Grand swing through, half by the right, and the girls start a little bit in the middle, the rest just doing their thing. They're happy. Boy run. Bend the line. Another good 8 dancer call currently on mainstream would be 8 chain some number. This feels pretty cool. Try to do good courtesy turns on the ends. Do an 8 chain 4, right. The left in the middle is a little weird. Here comes the right. There goes the left through the middle. Has good dance feel. Good. We happy with that one? Okay, step to a wave. Are we ready for the deucey thing or not? No, I want to do the relay. Let's wiggle the square around just a little bit so my front wave lines up good and the rest are in good place. When I teach relay the deucey, you have a buddy who you're holding on to right now. You're going to end up with this buddy. That particular effect of relay the deucey stays in this. When you're walking around the outside, you've got to make sure you don't stick your hand into the center because there's a star there and you might get sucked into that star and that would be a bad thing. I know that's a trouble point. When you join on and off the wave, as I remember in relay the deucey, you always do it touching your buddy. So that might also help you. Whatever ways you think about this call. Are we ready? Let's go for relay the deucey. Turn half. Boy 3/4, the girls start walking. 6 trade by the right. Boy off, girl come on. 6 trade right. Girls are going to meet each other for the left 3/4. The boy move up. Did everyone you're going left 3/4 with a girl. You got it. You're holding her by the left. Go left 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Left, left, left. He's overachieved. Back up, back up, back up. Who has their buddy? Okay, we were close. This one doesn't always succeed first time, which means if you're teaching to 1 square, no problem. If you're doing it to a room full of dancers, this can be a little iffy. We ready to try again from the same position? There's one other warning part on this. The boy who moves up to the end, the lead boy in this case right now, it's easy to overachieve that position and walk by it. So it's a short distance there. Ready, relay the deucey. Turn her half. Boy 3/4, girl start walking. Girl on 6 by the right turn, left turn, right turn, girl meet a girl by the left, 3/4, and the boy move up. Oh, they did good. Give them a hand. They don't know what they're doing. Relay the deucey, go. Recycle, give ear to the left. And the couple will circulate. You bend that line. Right and left through. Well, what do we do from here? Everyone thinks load the boat. You might think load the boat's a tough call. It's not that hard. If you're on the outside, you're going to walk around the outside past 3 people and immediately face in. It's the center part that's a little tougher. The center part, look at the person you're looking at. You're going to play with them for 3 calls, the first 3 parts. With that, don't move. With that person, you're going to pass through. Don't move. With that person, you're going to pass through, face out, and partner trade. Then you have to find a new victim to pass through with at the end. That's the hardest part. Ready? Load the boat. Outside's pass, center's pass through, face out, partner trade, find a new person in the middle, make sure they see you. Is everyone looking at somebody? Poof. Not too bad. Start through. Right and left through. Pass through, bend the line. And a right and left through. Load the boat. Pass, fade, trade, find a new one, pass. Star through. Right and left through. Same way. Load the boat, pass through, face out. Trade with that person. Find a new one, pass through. Good. Swing through. Boy run. Bend the line, touch a quarter. Which do you think is harder, coordinate or triple scoot? They're both kind of tough. It's funny that triple scoot's hard. We might hit that later, but let's work on coordinate because that's what they want. Coordinate's pretty, we should do some column circulates first. Circulate. Another thing I talk about is the very center of the set is like having this giant magnet that repels you away from it. That's why no one ever gets in the very, very center. So you'll notice that on these circulate. 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 And one last time, circulate. When we do coordinate, we're going to circulate once and a half. Don't do that. Center 6 trade. The important thing, another important thing in hexagons is to keep the choreography normal or standard because that'll let the dancers use any of their instincts that might help them. A few instincts might hurt them, but a lot of them are going to help. In this case on coordinate, we're going to know the girls all trade and they stand still. They're going to anchor the set. There's a boy who moves up on the outside. He's fine. It's the people in the middle who are going to have a tremendous problem, the number 4 dancers in the column, because they get lost. And what they should do is, let's go far enough so you guys hit the middle and everyone else is doing their thing. Coordinate, circulate once and a half, center 6 trade. Yeah, what you do is move up to the, okay, the girls are you trade, okay, and the boy on the outside can move up. Now, hold it. You 2 girls, right here. You 2 girls traded. You're done. Stand still. Boy, move up. Keith, you have to move up. You were walking around the outside. Okay. It didn't quite work the way I wanted, but we're somewhere. Bend the line. Touch a quarter. Let me try again. I guess we're all going to move. So the center boys, when you make this star, move up to the next boy position, take a deep breath, and then walk out to become the lead end of a 2-face line. Ready? Coordinate. Circulate. Once and a half. Center 6 trade. And the boys move up. The girls stand still. Good. Do you think you started too much, or are you just happy? He walked up, and are you happy? I know you got a little lost in the middle, but they wanted you there. I don't know if that's right or not. Yep. Let's try it once more, and I'm going to watch the center boys. Bend the line, touch a quarter. Ready? Coordinate. Circulate once and a half. Make sure you see the star in the middle. Move up 1 boy position, and then move up to the end of a 2-face line that's hard to find. Good. Anyone think of any other 8-dancer calls that would be interesting to do? We've done track 2. We've done load the boat, spin chain the gears, relay the deucey. Teacup chains 1. We'll talk about that one in a second. Pick a different one. Yes? Okay, ready from here? Ferris wheel. They underachieve or go a little less in the middle, and whoops, and they're facing the middle. No one's talked about diamonds. Do we want to see diamonds? Pass through in the middle. Step to a wave. Swing through. How do we get the diamonds? Boy run, girl hinge. We got diamonds. It's still a 4-dancer call, so it doesn't really matter, but it feels very different. Diamond circulate. Very center boys trade. See how disorienting that is. Where's your diamond? Diamond circulate. Center girls trade. Move up 1 girl position. We have a new diamond, flip the diamond. It's not for everybody. That center wave could swing through if you wanted. That's correct. Anybody else have any other 8-dancer calls I've forgotten? Grand square would be a good one. So I don't normally worry about resolving this stuff, so just square your set. Seriously, if I am site calling and resolving to the level of resolving that calling this with a normal square gets me, then I just have to watch one couple here, and if I get him to his partner to a right and left grand, that's good enough, and every other side man gets a side girl and all that. If you think in terms of phasors for a second, which I don't normally, but I can talk on it a little bit, if we had a square over here and we have a hexagon over here, there's a one-to-one correspondence. For every formation therein, there's a formation here. For every formation therein, there's a formation there. If you showed me one, I could draw you a picture of the other. That's different from the rectangle hexagons with 2x4s where you can make stuff that you just can't have in the other world. But here, whatever they're in, these guys have a corresponding thing. That takes care of the F. A is the arrangement. There's 6 sex arrangements over there. There's the same 6 sex arrangements over here. F-A-S. Sequence. Over there, there's 2 sequences. They can be in sequence or out of sequence. Over here, there's 3 sequences. Bill, hold this under my chin. See these? Under my chin. See these 3 fingers and these 3 fingers? You could be in this sequence, or this sequence. And then I don't know about the final letter of phasor. Okay, you want a grand square. Correct. This is very different than the grand square that Bill has, and it's different than the grand square that Russ Crispino, who invented all this stuff, as I remember, had. I don't know. No, there's not the same number of sequences. So I often don't even teach grand square. I just call it and have them dance the approximate path. Do what you think you need to do and see if it works. Should we give that a try or not? Who are the sides? In fact, if this helps you, it doesn't help me, but normally in a grand square you're walking a square. Here you're going to be walking kind of a diamond. It's just a slightly squished square. But all the things that normally happen should happen. Do we know who the sides are? Side space, grand square. Go walk, 2, 3, turn. 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 Reverse. Sounds really sick on the record. Did that work? Not too shabby, right? So that one just works, and that's pretty cool. I don't want, it feels different. It feels different. That's the good thing. I don't want to do teacup chain right now, but, and the reason I don't is that teacup chain, there's 2 different ways to think about it with your dancers. One way is the global view from the top. This lady moves to this man, to that man, to that man. That's what happens in a normal square. The other way is to think about the arm turns. When the head ladies go in by the right, they turn 3/4 or 3 dancers. When they go in the left, they turn 5 dancers. And for hexagons, for the timing and everything, that's the correct way, the way I do hexagons. And that's a very difficult, unsatisfying thing for the ladies to do. And you'll hit some of the men twice and some of the men not at all. It's hard, it's difficult, and you don't get any reward from it. So I stay away from it. But if I'm dancing a hexagon in the back and the caller calls, right, and Bill has a great way to do very rewarding teacup chains that probably have 6 spasms and good stuff. Okay? I have some easy written plus material. That way it will resolve. And I'm just going to call it and see how you guys do. I'm hoping to get you out of here by 6 is my goal. Is that okay? Because we have to change for dinner. Or drinking. And you bow to the partner's corners, all in heads go forward and back, just to make sure they're alive. Heads square through 4. Swing through here. Boys run. And the couple will circulate. Do a Ferris wheel. And a Dixie Grand. Give a right to someone, a left, and a right. And you Alaman left. Come back and square your set, you're home. Now, well, let's look. Where are the heads? Heads, raise your hand. Well, slip a little bit. Okay. Sides, raise your hand. You're in a head or a side position as you should be. The caller in the real square would say, you're home, this is where you are, this is as good as it gets. That's the sacrifice we make. But everything else matches. Well, I hate the way this turntable's going, but live with it. Side, star through. Double pass through. Track 2. Follow the leader, go on down, make sure every boy has a girl by the right. AC-doocy. And you swing through here. Boys run, and you bend that line, past the ocean, circulate. If I asked you to split circulate, where's your box of 4? Split circulate, go twice. Right, left, grand. You got it right, up, right, good. 4 hands, promenade the next. Stop at the same, at a home position like a head or a side, good. Split circulate, that change in focus of attention from where's your wave to where's your box that can be difficult for normal square dancers in a normal square is especially problematical here. You can do it, but it's very hard. So if you're calling it, be sure not to do that unless you're looking for that. Sides, pass through. Sides, separate. You go around one, go to line. Up to the middle and back. Now I emphasize up to middle and back seems like a dumb call, but here it's really powerful. When you go forward, I want you to make eye contact with the dancer you're facing, but hold on to your own line. Up to the middle and back. Okay? Up to the middle and back. Look at her. Thank you. Pass through. Where's your new line of 4? Tag the line. Track 2. Who are you following? Go down. Make sure every boy gets a girl. Where's our wave? Swing through. Boy, run around the girl. Couple circulate. Ferris wheel. Center square through 3. Al, where are we? We lost Bill. Good. Alaman left. Come back and promenade. Promenade her home. Where are you going to stop? You got to decide. Make someone a square general. That's got it. Good. Sides lead right. Circle up 4. Break out, get a line. And you pass through. Without the, wheel and deal. Here's a tough one. You guys might be calling along, and I have a poor hex back there, and you'll just say wheel and deal, center, swing through. That seems pretty easy. Here they have to step to a wave. Do that. Step to a wave in the middle. Now you have your wave. Swing through. Turn half, and then the boys move up 1 position. Good. And this is what we call a quarter tag, and no one asked about ping pong circulate yet, did we? Centers, turn through. To the corner with an Alaman left. Come back and promenade. Short trip. Heads. Oh, longer than you think. Heads, past the ocean, stop. That's a tough call. It has 3 parts. Heads, carefully pass through. Face, no, Lynn, you're looking this way. Face your partner. Step to a right-hand wave. There we have our wave. I know you were going quicker, but you were cheating. Ping pong circulate. Follow it back. Centers swing through. Scoot back. That's the quarter tag scoot back. Go out, turn, go back to right hands in the middle. And I messed it up, square your set. That's the problem with reading cards. I have a relay to deucey coming, and it wasn't going to go there. Heads. This would be good to practice. If I'm doing a square and I'm leading a square in the back, and it's a mess, and I say square your set, I'm looking for the original hex. And another great thing, what do you do if the square breaks down? You make lines. If you're practicing dancing hex in the back, you need to do this a lot. Make lines. Have the head couple look. Is that our official way? It's not what I teach my hex, but you guys could be right. You got lines, that's good enough. Unmake lines. Head lady corner man, that's fine. Unmake lines. Head past the ocean. Did they learn? Good. We're following it back on that circulate path, right? Ping pong circulate. And she's on the outside couple now. Is that okay? Oh! That's okay. Extend your ping. Swing through. Where's your box of 4? Scoot back. Boy and a girl in, turn right, back out. We got still the, good. Here we go. Relay the deucey. Who's your buddy? Turn half, 3/4. Girls start walking. Girl on. Girl, boy off. Girl on. Girls looking for a left hand with each other, 3/4. We got right hand wave. Just give a right hand wave. Good. Recycle. I keep these short, past the center. Centers. Square through 3. Alaman left. And you promenade home, or promenade, you know, however long you think, right? Short is okay. Side square through 4. Spin the top. Grand swing through. Each wave, explode the wave. Trade by. Square through 2. And you chase to the right. No big deal. Centers trade. Stop. Stop. See, they're reaching for a center star, and that's not where we are. Chase right gives us normal waves, and you grab onto your waves, and they happen to be boys looking out waves. That's your wave. As a caller, when I'm dancing this, I'm following what a normal square is doing, and that makes it easier. But as a dancer who's not used to following formations, it makes it just that much harder. Did we do centers trade yet? Centers trade. Okay, split circulate. Where's your box? Boys trade. Boys run, you bend that line. Right and left through. Dixie style, got a wave. We're in left-handed waves. You happy with circulate? Girls on the outside, boys in the middle, circulate. Just walk to the, you're looking careful. The answer to the previous question was no. That's like, oh, you pushed everybody? You'll notice it's very disorienting in a hex, and once you lose your position, you've lost all your cues of what to do, and it can be really tough. Explode the wave. Explode the wave. Partner trade and roll. And you bow to the partners. Corners all. Good. Give these guys a big hand. Is there someone in this hex who had never done this before? Do you want to come up on the mic and just say a few comments about what it felt like? One of you?
I'll make one comment. I think to me, the clue to dancing is I just did it a little tiny bit one time before. But you got to think hard, but you don't want to think too hard. Because if you think too hard, you analyze it too much, and then you're probably going to do the wrong thing.
It was fine. It was great.
He just said it was great. Okay.
Yeah, it was really fun, and the only problem is which way to go, which way to circle.
Oh, I mean, how far to go on promenade and all that? Okay. Here's Bill.
And before we all break for dinner, I'd like to thank Clark Baker for inviting me to do this with him again. And just as a recap, Clark's version is done so that he can play in the back with 6 couples in his hexagon while everybody's dancing a normal routine. And mine is more like a regular party or a special thing you can do with resolving the normal hexagon. So thank you all and have a great dinner, and back to Clark.
That's not for me. Thank you.